If you're not lit, it's okay. We lit anyway.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because I was like, I want to make sure I'm like, be professional, but I just want to make sure, I'm within the constraints of being in a docuseries.
Please come as you are. Come as you are. I appreciate that. How you doing, boo? What's up?
I'm good. I'm just getting back from San Diego. Had a good little beach day, so I'm just, I'm just on the high from the beach. You know what I mean? I'm just feeling good.
Okay.
So
I feel that. Thank you for being a part of this.
Absolutely.
This project is something so beautiful. So I'm so excited to have you here because just for a little context for people who are listening, like you're one of my favorite like Cali MCs.
Thank you. Aww.
And that's
you gave me some of my first breaks, some of my first shows in Cali. So you know what I mean? Like I gotta thank you for that. So
it's all reciprocal. But yes, I'm here with, I don't know if you want to go by Dominique Anthony, Robin Burbs, Kid Deville, like
all of it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good. All of them.
I usually call you Kid, like Kid Deville, Kid. So I'm gonna refer to you as that.
That works. For namesake with the podcast and everything, that works. There you go.
Okay, Kid Deville. Cool. Yeah. So let's get going. Tell me about yourself. What's your name, age, desire, like something that you work on, something that you're passionate about, and what are your pronouns?
Okay. Well, my name is Dominique, my government name, but I go by the name of Kid Deville, Robin Burbs, all that good stuff. But I'm 33 years old. The pronouns I kind of go by are what makes other people comfortable. You know what I mean? I don't really get too caught up in that. You know what I mean? If somebody says, "Oh, hey girl," or "Hey boy," "Hey," whatever, I'm kind of cool. You know what I mean? As long as there's a respect behind it, I don't really get too caught up in titles and labels. And then as far as what do I desire, I really want to just continue to brand myself and make a brand for myself as a Black gay man, you know what I mean? And just to open up another medium space for other people like me and other people who really aren't represented a lot. I know representation is very important, and I just feel like we're getting better, but I still feel that there's a lot of subgroups that aren't being represented, you know what I mean? So I think that's why I kind of want to come in and open that kind of floodgate a little bit. Okay. So, and I want to do that through entertainment, obviously. So
can you tell me a little bit about your, there's three things I'm excited about. Your music that I love.
Oh, thank you.
Your podcast and the beard business that you just started, the beard growth business. Tell me about those things.
Yes. Okay, so the music, I've been doing music for a while. That's how I met you. I met Miss Mimi doing music, when she was running the Booty Pop Queen, over there doing Booty Pop Queen. So, I actually have my first full album coming out any week now. It's been I got a full length 15 tracks coming out. A couple of old tracks that are remixed and remastered, including Erotic Narcotic, which I know you love.
That's my favorite Deville song, right? Erotic Narcotic.
So it's oh my God. So the album's gonna be popping. So it's being mixed and mastered right now. The podcast, we just hit a year anniversary. Mm-hmm. So we just hit a year on September 2nd.
Wow.
So so we're just looking for sponsors now, but we're just keeping it going. You know what I mean? It's we love doing it. We're getting more and more people watching every episode we drop. So I'm just ecstatic over the growth and that people actually like it. And people are like, yo, where your podcast at? Like people keep me on my toes about it. They're like, yo, Dom, like it's been a week and a half. Where you at? Like we need your podcast. Like so I'm like that makes me feel so like, good. And then the beard oil, that was something that kind of just came about because of COVID, you know what I mean? I was just like, I needed to hustle. I just needed ways to make money, you know what I mean? And I was just like, let me do something. And the beard oil started, so I have Black Bastard beard oil. And some people like the name, some people don't, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's mine. So I like the name and I wanted to play with it, have a little fun with it, so.
I love you as like a persona and as an artist because you always you do a little, you gear towards the controversy or like towards like the in your face, but like I'm telling you what this shit is. I love that about
Yes.
your energy. Where does that come from?
I think as being a kid, like growing up and always not feeling like I had a voice, I
Mm,
always felt like I was trying to blend in, especially being the big black kid who was trying to hide his gay secret. You know what
mm.
I mean? Yeah, so I think now when I just am older now and I just don't give a fuck anymore. Oh, sorry, am I allowed to cuss?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
please ask as much as you
It's
want.
okay.
Fuck, bitch, gun.
Okay.
Suck a
Now
dick.
that I'm older, you know, and I just don't kind of care what people think, you know what I mean? I think that's why I'm just more of like, okay, I'm just gonna do me, and this is like me. Like it's not like it's not like being unauthentic. Like that's just me. Like I'm a goofy guy. I like sex. You know what I mean? I like to talk about sex. That's real me. You know what I mean? I know people can sense that genuine. You know, like yeah, I am a provocateur, but it's like it's not without purpose. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And it's not ungenuine. You know what I mean? It's not like oh he's just doing it just to get a rise out of us. You know what I mean? It's
No, it comes
like
from like a real ass place. I like that.
right. So it's more so just kind of like, yeah, just from my childhood, just not being able to do that as a kid, and now that I'm secure within myself as a man, I can just live a little freer, I guess.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
If you feel comfortable, and I feel like you will,
of course. Oh, you
tell
know
me about
me. I'm
your
open book.
your gender expression and your sexual identity, like how you sexually identify.
Okay, for the purposes of like society
Okay.
and to I guess help people understand. I will say that I am a homosexual male, you know what I mean, a gay man, you know what I mean. However, I feel like gay and straight are both like lifestyles.
Oh,
Like you either live a straight lifestyle where you have a wife, a kid, or whatever, however your straight lifestyle is structured, and then you have a homosexual lifestyle that you live. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel those are two lifestyles. Like I say, there are women that I see all the time that I'm like, wow, you are very attractive to me, or I'm attracted to you. I can see myself being with you. Yeah,
wow.
it might take a little bit more, but you know, I am still attracted to your personality, your feet, whatever. But I'm just, you know, usually more attracted towards men. You know what I mean? So I guess that's for that sake I say I am quote unquote gay. But I didn't. But yeah, so. I don't know, but I try to stay away from labels, I guess. I just try to be like, I'm Dom. Yeah, I like penis, I guess, but I'm like I think girls are pretty, you know what I mean? But you
Mhm.
know,
That's beautiful. I like that. I
thank
like.
you.
Um, let's dive in a little deeper. Where do you
Okay.
find home?
Um let's see, in the mental sense or the physical in the physical sense.
Either
Just
or. I like how
okay.
people respond to home. It could be mental, physical, spiritual, whatever you derive that definition of home from.
I definitely say probably like the gym. I know that probably sounds really weird, but yeah, the gym, because I feel like I could do like my most like thinking there. I can, you know, I'm like working out my body, but I'm also working out my mind. I feel at the same time. So it's like I don't know, like like I remember when I first started getting into the gym about 5 years ago. It was when my aunt passed away. No, I'm sorry, 7 years ago. When my aunt passed away, and I just remember my family was just it was just crazy, like a crazy month of just bullshit. And I remember the gym was kind of the only thing that just kind of kept me sane. And from then on, I was just like, the gym is my safe place. The gym is my safe place. So whenever I'm like want to take a break, anything, I run to the gym. So
You're big on health.
yeah.
What is that experience like for you? Like, where does it stem from?
I grew up a bigger kid, you know what I mean, and just being teased, you know what I mean. Like it never really bothered me because it was like I always knew how to like look at it and like laugh. I could laugh with everybody, you know, and be like, oh, haha, yeah, I got Dom got titties. He's the boy with the titties, you know what I mean? Like, ah, da, da, da. I can always laugh at that, you know what I mean? And I actually had like my football coaches, like grown men, like you know, teasing me and stuff like that. I'm like. But I just didn't want to seem weak. You know what I mean? I just never wanted to seem weak in front of the boys, especially being, like I said, hiding the gay thing. I never wanted to give anybody an inclination that I might be, you know what I mean? So I
Mhm.
would just laugh it off. And then when I got older and I was able to like control it and started figuring it out, I was like, okay, I want to take care of myself. I never want to make it where I'm like, you know, anorexic or nothing like that. And I dealt with stuff like that
Mhm.
earlier on in my life, but I think now it's more so just just wanting to just look good for myself more so, I guess. Just and I'm getting older, and I don't want to hurt, you know, as I get older. You know what I mean? I just don't want to be in pain, I guess, when I get older.
I feel
Yeah.
that. Okay. What are you searching for?
Ooh. A man who, no, I'm just kidding.
Please tell me.
No, but more so just like, you know what, honestly, because life is just so ever changing. I guess just so like a happiness, whatever that might be, you know what I mean? Just something that where I'm not like depressed, or, you know, just a space where I'm like content, I guess, you know what I mean? I'm always gonna be wanting to do more and be better and do that, but I guess just where a spot where I'm like, okay, I'm cool. Like I can always go and be better, but I'm okay. Like I'm not like, oh my God, like this is just too much. You know what I mean? So I guess just like a even place, I'm good.
Okay. Um, so as MCs between you and I think a lot about like gay representation as a rapper.
Right.
Who are your some of your favorite queer rappers that are out here that are doing it?
Right now, let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to think like, okay, because I want to think like more on the independent scale, just because I do have a very high respect for that independent
Please,
kind of, yeah.
because you and I are independent MCs, so please, whoever comes to mind,
Right.
feel free.
Well, I do Caswell. Caswell has very much been a, you know, a kind of like a good push for me. I remember when I first started doing music, like in 2014, 2013, he was kind of like the first queer artist. You know, I mean, granted he's white, but I was still like, you know what I mean? It's cool. He's a queer, you know, hip hop artist. You know what I mean? So, and I think he has definitely, you know, kind of puts a little light on us. You know what I mean? To some extent. So I guess him.
Towards Caswell. So I don't know. I no disrespect to your answer, but I don't know. I've written bars for Caswell before, so.
But my thing is not even so much. It's not even so much of him being like the best rapper. It's more so like the business aspect of it, where it was like you were able to, you know, get Gay Pride to book you. You were able to get all these places to randomly book you. You know what I mean? And it's like you're not the best. You're definitely not the best rapper. You know what I mean? But I guess I can respect the business aspect of it. But I mean, like I said, granted, he is, you know, he has a little bit of a privilege, right? So I mean, I see that, and I just wish, you know, and I hate to be that person to go there, because I do see a lot of the white rappers getting a lot of the spotlight, and I'm just like, yo, like come on, there's a lot of us out here, like even in California there's some across the state, you know what I mean? And but I mean, I guess just queer, like he would just be one who pops off the top of my head. I mean other than that, but that.
Go for it. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I was done. Yeah.
One that sells in the gay queer market, but it is a very white market.
Very white market. So it's just like, I'm just like, I don't even know, like, cause I feel like we're still building, you know what I mean? Like, I guess I guess we're still building, because there's like, I could say some of the other rappers, but to me, I don't even feel like I don't know, and I hate it, because I feel like I'm gonna be shitting on someone when I say it. I feel like a lot of us colored. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna get real with it. I feel like some of us, they're a little too like, they'll get 1,000 views, 1,000 likes, you know, so many thousand likes, and then they'll just feel like, oh, I'm fucking Nicki Minaj of the fucking gay world, and now, you know, I'm charging niggas $5,000 a goddamn feature, and it's like, my nigga, what other fucking song have you had? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's hard for me to even like try to be like, oh, okay, I fuck with this queer Black artist, because it's like all the ones that I, you know, have they all kind of just stuff that like, I think I'm better than you because I have gotten a few clicks and likes, and it's like,
I call it the hood politics. it's a hood politics to being a Black and queer MC. There's definitely,
Right.
I don't want to say some that we're emulating the system of whiteness as far as, you know, of music and marketing, but I do feel like the ones who have popped off may in some sense, you know, every circumstance is different, but we do make it harder for the ones coming up after us because we do want to be like that top spot bitch. Like you want to be that queer,
Right.
that queer POC bitch, you know, and it's like
Right.
the system has made it for us to even think like that, I guess, in a sense. But if we were more inclusive and more communal about, and just share, just like, you know, sharing with each other, that would kind of open up the floodgates, you know, to a much larger market, I guess you could say. So I feel you with that.
Right.
I feel you with that.
I will say one person though. Let me, I'm sorry. Okay, now that I was thinking, we were talking a little bit, there are a couple of Bugs Gutta. I don't know if you know Bugs Gutta.
I've never heard
of
Bugs Gutta. I would love to hear them.
He's starting like his whole pink gorilla movement. So it's like him, he's a rapper, East Coast guy, very cool guy. He's starting a whole little East Coast movement. So I really like what he's doing over there. Japan the Creator over with Pink Elephant Radio. They are very good with, yeah, they've been like really throwing out a lot of queer artists, and you know, they've been very instrumental in helping put my stuff out. And I know Japan, he's also a rapper too. So those are just a couple that, you know, just because I don't want to seem like I'm just totally like just like no, you know, but I just think we need to like just, you know, just help each other out a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I mean, it's crap. It's
I just because I see Big Dipper and Caswell. I'm sorry.
Continue. I was listening.
Oh, I was just saying that, like but I see like Caswell and Big Dipper and all of them, like they'll jump on something together, and it's like all the white rappers, and it's just like, you know, with no problem, you know what I mean? But then we all gotta be all extra about it. So
it's a crabs in a barrel type mentality. I wish it wasn't like
always.
That all the time. I
Same.
wish it wasn't like that. Oh, okay. Who is the first person like on screen or in music or on stage that you felt connected to?
Oh, let's see. I definitely think I'd probably say like Kid Cudi, honestly. Like, even though Kanye is like my favorite, I love Kid Cudi though. Kid Cudi, yes, Scott Mescudi is my dude. Scotty's my boy. That's my boy. I think, honestly, Man on the Moon, I can definitely give Man on the Moon the reason why I started doing music. And actually, like, Kid Deville, like, I think that's why Kid Deville's in there, because I was like, Kid Cudi, you know what I mean? I just kind of was like, now I'm thinking subconsciously that's why Kid is in there, is because Man on the Moon was the reason why I started writing music again. Because I remember I was like coming back from Arizona and I listened to that whole album front to back, and I was just like, yo, man, like,
Cudi is secretly my hero. Like, that album saved me. So Kanye West is my favorite rapper, but
same.
Okay,
yes, Kanye is my favorite. Yeah, Kanye is my favorite, but Cudi's the one that I just feel like, you know what I mean? Like, but Kanye's my fave. Like,
but Cudi came out. I mean, Man on the Moon. That album, I feel like that album saved me in a sense, as far as like understanding. Like I make emotional shit, and Cudi was like the first nigga that made like emotional, like psychoanalytical, but fun shit at the same time. Like, I'm existing, but also this existence is hard as fuck.
Right.
I appreciate the answer. Oh my God.
I love it. It's a mood. It's just a mood. Like, it's just like, you either get it or you don't. Like, it's just like,
And if you don't get it, fuck you.
Fuck you, right. It's not for you. Right.
Yeah.
Right, it's not for you. I love Cudi, yes.
Dope. When do you feel most safe?
Honestly, when I'm occupied. Because I feel like if I'm not occupied, like when I'm doing something, when I'm busy, because I feel like if I'm not busy, if I'm just sitting there like watching TV or doing something just like that's not gonna be building me, I just feel like that's when stuff starts to get dangerous. I start thinking of just like not good thoughts, you know what I mean? Anxiety starts to kind of creep in, all that bad shit. So I think, yeah, as long as I'm keeping myself busy, like thinking about, okay, what's the next project? Like, even though my album's already coming out, I already got new songs that I'm writing, you know what I mean? I'm planning the next podcast episode, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to keep myself just busy, you know what I mean? Just so I don't have, just don't give the devil no recess time at all.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Right.
Okay. When's the first time you realized you were Black?
Oh, that's a really good question. I would probably say, probably being in high school, growing up, just being in the suburbs, you know what I mean? Growing up where your parents want you to have the best of the best. And which is, you know, I appreciate it, you know, so much, but it's like, it really shows you like, oh, you are Black. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, yeah. So I would definitely say high school. I didn't have really nothing too traumatic happen, but it was just more so just a realization like, okay, like Jacob over there can do things that you cannot do. Do you understand? Like, you know what I mean? So I definitely kind of started picking that up. You know what I mean? Like my parents would always tell me that as a kid, like, Dom, you're Black. So, you know, remember, da, 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 da. But it never really clicked in my head until, you know, now we're going out to parties and like, you're doing things more alone, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I just noticed like my white friends would be a little more rowdier than my Black friends. And it's like, yeah, we can't be doing all that. So that's when I kind of noticed, you know.
Love that.
I mean, I hope that was the kind of what we're, yeah.
You know, I'm looking for any response. I have no parameters, okay. No parameters with anything. I just want to hear. I actually,
I love it.
I ask for people to try and be as raw as possible or as honest as possible, because I think Blackness and queerness hasn't been explored to the extent of which, you know, it can be. So if your answer is different from my answer or from somebody else's answer, that's like, please, people need to know. People need to understand.
There you go.
When's the first time you realized you were queer?
College, definitely college.
Okay.
Definitely college. I was like away from home for the first time, so I was able to really explore and figure out. I happened to my first roommate, my junior year. He was a straight guy who had just got out of an 8-year relationship, and him and I had been involved for the first time. So that was my first time, like, really having sex with a dude. You know what I mean? And it was just kind of turned my world upside down. Like, I mean, like in a good way. You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, like. Right, I was like, oh, that shit was bomb. You know what I mean? Like, like I was like, sent my mom an email, sent my dad an email. Like, look, I think I might be. I don't know, but you know, it just might be what it is. So, but yeah, I really didn't have no like really dramatic coming out story. You know what I mean? Like, it was more so just like, look, it is what it is, and they were kind of just like, oh, we already kind of knew.
Oh,
so,
okay.
And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I was just kind of like, and my mom was just kind of like, you know, you might want to keep it kind of low key with your grandparents or whatever, just out of respect. And I was like, okay, I can do that. You know what I mean? But like I said, if she asks, I'm gonna have to just be honest with her. You know what I mean? But she just never has asked. So
you say you were raised in the suburbs. Are you from Temecula? Like that's where you were born and raised?
Oh no, I was raised in Chino Hills. It's
Chino
like.
Hills.
Maybe like 30 minutes. Yeah, like 30 minutes from downtown.
Yeah.
Like LA, 35 minutes.
Did you ever, what made you decide from
Wait, what was that? I'm sorry, it cut out a little bit.
I said I know where Chino Hills is. Did you hear that? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, okay. Yeah, Chino Hills is like right by Diamond Bar, right?
Yeah, okay. What made you go from the suburbs to come in the city? Like, what was that initial process like?
You know what? I've always just been intrigued by it. You know what I mean? Like, cause I'm like the suburb. I always knew that like my personality was just a little too big for the suburbs. Like I knew like the suburb is very cookie cutter, very crisp, clean. Like my family, we're gonna go, you know, whatever, go to work, da 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 da. And I knew that just wasn't me. You know what I mean? So it's like once I moved, cause I moved out at 18 for the first time, and I moved to Arizona to go to Arizona State. So then when I came back, you know what I mean, I was, you know, more adult. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go see what this WeHo is all about. I really want to see what my queerness is about. I want to see what the fuck, you know, everything is going on. So that's when I kind of just, you know, like early 20s, when I was just like went off to college and I came back just like a new person. I just came back exploring the hell out of California. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like I lived here my whole life and didn't even know all this fucking cool shit was here. So
Yeah, I feel like LA doesn't get the respect it deserves, because it has like that Hollywood finesse shit, but I'm like, there's like a whole undercurrent, a whole underground of like real shit that's popping off in our city, and I feel like we need respect for that.
right. It's because it's a lot of people. I feel like it's a lot of people that move to LA and they get that, oh, LA is a fake, you know what I mean? Because it's like all these people who move from other places who come here thinking that they have to be an LA type, you know what I mean? So they're the fake ones. And then everybody who's like LA, like, nah, like that's not even us. Right. Like, no, right. Like we're real LA. Like we're real like California people. Like,
I feel that. If you could talk to your 12-year-old self, what would you say to them or him?
Oh, be yourself. Do not try to follow people. If you're hanging out by yourself, just continue to hang out by yourself. Fuck people. You don't need people. Do you? And yeah, that's really what I would tell myself. Yeah, just continue eating lunch by yourself. If that's what you do, don't try to force yourself to be friends with these fucking people. Like, no,
Dang,
just go do you, and you know the rest will follow. They will follow you. You don't follow them.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would
Because that's
you
what I noticed when I started being myself, people started following me. Everything that I'm trying to be like these people over here, and then I just start doing me. Then now they're trying to follow me. So I'm like, oh, okay, I see how this kind of works now. So,
what would you like to hear from your 60-year-old self?
thank you for making sure that I'm taken care of and I'm good and I'm able to just sit back and enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Ooh,
Thank you for grinding hard in your 30s and whatever, you know, and making sure I'm cool. Thank you. I really appreciate you.
okay, I love that. I love these answers. How do you experience love, like from yourself, from your community, or from the world?
Well, for myself, I think just like taking care of myself, you know what I mean? Just like making sure I'm like, you know, you know, taking myself out, you know what I mean? Working out, doing all that, you know, just doing stuff for myself. And then from the world and from like friends and stuff, I think just like when people take an interest in what I'm trying to create, I think that's love to me. To me, that shows a lot of love. Like, even if you don't buy, you know, anything from me, like just reposting my podcast, listening to my podcast, stuff like that. Like, to me, that's showing hella love. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like it's something that I created and you're taking your time and you're actually entertained by it or you actually like it. Like, to me, that's hella love. That's hella love.
Wow, I would appreciate that. I love it because you're just so like, I know what I am, I know who I am, I know what this is about. You're so efficient.
Yeah, you got to. You got to, or the world is gonna tell you what you are. You know what I mean? And I just refuse to do that. You know what I mean? I just refuse to. Like, I was just like, for so long, I was just worried about what people had to say about me. And I stopped and thought, like, why the fuck do I care what people have to think about me? Like, most people don't even know what they think about themselves. Like, you know what I mean? So why do I care what they think about me? Like, hey.
If you could change your identity, would you? And this question is just not like from.
sorry. I know I didn't even let you finish.
It's okay. And this question is not like, oh, from black to white. It's just like, if you wanted to be like a starfish or like, you know, a mermaid, like, would you?
No, because then I feel like I wouldn't be on the right path to completing my purpose. I feel like I'm here as this form for a reason. I feel like I'm a Black queer man for a reason. You know what I mean? God could have made me any other thing on this planet, but he decided to make me a Black queer man. So I'm gonna write this thing out and see what the purpose was for it. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Last question is there anything that I didn't hit upon that you really want to express in this moment to the people who are watching and listening?
No, I mean, I think you did a really good job. I just really, just laugh. I guess just tell people to laugh. I mean, that's just the best thing I guess I can tell people from my experience. You just laugh. Try to laugh as much as life as you can. Laugh at life as much as you can. Just especially nowadays because shit is just fucked up. You know what I mean? And you can do that by listening to my podcast because we're pretty funny. So, but other than that,
I'll make sure I put the link in the
website
so that people could click on it and get access to your work.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's all it is. Just really just laugh. I'd like to have a good time. I'm a guy who likes to make people laugh. That's what I like to do. You know what I mean? I don't like drama. You know what I mean? It's too much going on in the world for all that.
Yeah, there's enough of that. All right.
Right.
All right. I'm going to stop this recording.
All right. Well, thank you, Mimi, so much. I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too.